gems, glamour, elegance, sex, and money? Or is it money and sex? Or is it sex and money? Anyway, gems is definitely spelled with money before sex, but I wonder which one would you like first? Topic for a different day, because today I would like to share with you guys one of the most amazing gifts that occurred for me. And some of you may know it and some of you may not, so we'll just roll with it. So I attended a Conscious Horse, Conscious Rider seminar, of which I have been attending for many, many years. Only this one was different for me. Why was it different? Well, because I did some things with horses that I had been, quote, you could say afraid to, or nervous to, or just not. I wasn't quite ready to put myself out on a limb and do something that different. And what do I mean by that? It's not that I haven't been riding. It's not that I haven't, had difficulties. I mean, I rode as a little girl, and then I had not really an accident, but this weird kind of thing occur with a bunch of horses and me. And when I was I don't know, 13 or something, and it kind of stuck me. I kind of had this like PTSD moment with horses. And then about 18 years ago, I met this amazing horse whisperer, Gary Douglas, and I went out to California and I did a half a day on this beautiful horse in a round pen, and I began to connect with horses again. And so now here we are 18 years later. Again, I'm at this horse clinic, only this time we're doing an exercise called the trust exercise. Well, what is that and why would you do that? Well, some people have a difficult time trusting themselves or having their own back, I being one of them. If you come from any form of abuse in your childhood, abuse or neglect, very often you have a difficult time trusting yourself and trusting others. And I would say for me, that has been one of my very big challenges to work with and to overcome. And so, interestingly enough, horses have been a big help to that. But there was just something that needed to occur. There was this like desire, anxious, like irritation in my universe. And I was like, okay, I just have to change this. I have to begin to start trusting people more. And I know I have to begin trusting myself more. And so I actually have been working on this for, I would guess, like really like consciously working on this for maybe a year or a little bit more. And then it includes your body and trusting your body. And so I've been doing these webinars about your body and getting to know your body and the integration and congruency you can have with your body and not just all the spiritual stuff, right? So I go to this class and I own 3 horses. Well, actually I sold one. How's it get better? Yay! So during this class, I recognized that I actually needed to let go of some of my horses. I actually had 6. And by the end of the class, I was willing to sell 3 of them. So that was part of letting go. And we'll have to do a whole nother podcast about that because that had to do with children and happiness and horses. So that'll be a whole nother deal. Creative producer, we'll just make note of that. But for me, so you get on the horse bareback. And of course, the bareback means that the horse doesn't have a saddle. Now, the horse does have a bridle, and a horse trainer or somebody who's very familiar with the horse and familiar with horses will be standing there with the horse. And then you have 2 to 4 people around, not touching you, but around the horse. So like in case you fall, to help you fall more gently, right? Or just to be there, just for you to perceive the energy. So like for me, I was like, okay, I'm not going to have the point of view that I'm going to fall, because then I'll probably fall, right? Because if your point of view creates your reality. So I'm going to get on this horse and I'm going to ask what would it take for me to stay on this horse, to trust this horse, and to have a change. I didn't know what kind of change really. I just was asking for a change. And so I did. I got on and I thought I was going to get on this horse that wasn't my horse, because there were 3 horses in the ring, in the corral. One was my horse. And then the next thing I know, my friend who's holding the horse yells out to me, "Curry, it's your time to get on Felice." And I'm like, wait, what? I thought I was going to get on, this other horse. And I went, oh, yeah, me now. So I went over there. It was like so wild and so cool. And I went over there and I was like, oh. And my horse is so loving and kind. I rescued him about 8 years ago from a place that was being fairly abusive with him. They do this thing called neck reining, which can be not very kind for the horse, long story, but he's a beautiful Peruvian horse, Peruvian paso, whatever. And so I get on him and I lie down and it's like, wow. I ask him, of course, before I get on, will you take care of me? And he says yes. And I know that sounds weird if you've never talked to animals, but I talk to animals. So there, I do. Anyway, so you can or you can't. It's up to you, your choice. So I asked him, he said yes. I got on. And it's like my legs and my arms went to like hug him and say thank you, but also I'm kind of afraid, right? Can I actually stay on a horse without anyone touching me, bareback, and be like walked around the corral? This is like really like kind of intense, guys. I'm not kidding you. It's like amazing. And so I couldn't for a while, and I like started deep breathing and all this stuff. And then I just started to relax. And I started to relax, and I kind of readjusted myself a little bit, and I asked the trainer friend to walk one step forward. And I walked one step forward and I didn't fall off, and I kind of adjusted and I began to kind of loosen my spine and loosen my back up. And anyway, to make a long story short, because this is like, I could go on probably for an hour about this whole experience that completely changed my life. So eventually I actually stayed on without anyone touching me, and we walked around. Now it took me about 30 minutes, I think. It seemed like about 3 hours, but I think it was about 15, somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes to get to the point where I could let go, breathe in, and walk around with this horse, completely trusting that the horse would take care of me and have my back, strangely enough. And when I got off after that, I mean, I had like, you can't even imagine how many revelations and like epiphanies and things that came to my awareness when I was on the horse, of ways that I had stopped myself, ways that I had created difficulty for my own life. And so I also had a cry of release, just let my body let things out. And I got off this horse after this whole thing, and so much more happened. One day I'll talk about it more, maybe put it in an ebook or something. I was like, whoa, I had a completely different connection with my body. I was connected to my body. I was like really connected to my body. I like, oh, there's my arm. There's, there's my, oh, there they are. Oh, the girls. There's my neck, my back. Oh, my back. Oh, I'm like, whoa, I have a body that I had this completely new connection and awareness with my body. And it has completely rearranged and changed how I look at myself, how I look at life, and how I look at interacting with everybody else. I am so grateful for this horse. And for the first time, I perceived that he was telling me, and I am grateful for you. You took me away from that awful ranch where they were abusing me 8 years ago. Thank God you finally received from me. It only took 8 years. Don't let it be that long for you guys, by the way. I don't recommend waiting 8 years to receive from a beautiful animal. But where have you not received from your own animal, from your cat or your dog that you have? Your animals are there to gift to you. You are their human. You are their two-legged creature, human or humanoid, whichever one you are. You're theirs, and they exist to gift to you. They exist to show you, if there's anything called unconditional love, it's from an animal. That is for sure. Haven't found it yet from humans or humanoids, but animals, 100%. They are there to gift to you. Are you willing to receive it? Are you able to receive it? It means you have to put down your barriers. You have to be vulnerable, which we all hate being. We're taught not to be vulnerable, that's weak. Well, is it really weak? Or is there a strength in true vulnerability that no one has told you about? I'm here to tell you there is an incredible strength in vulnerability. You will find something strong inside of you that you may have never known or only dreamed that it was there when you are willing to receive from animals. There's also this amazing book called Talk to the Animals that Gary Douglas wrote. It's on the Access Consciousness website in the shop. I highly recommend, if you're interested in animals and connecting with them more, to get this book. It's amazing. If you're interested in horses, there are conscious horse, conscious rider classes, literally all over the world. I had friends from Sweden and Germany at this class, and they do conscious horse, conscious rider classes. I'm going to be doing a one-day conscious horse, conscious rider class. Oh my God. I used to do intros, but now I'm actually going to use my amazing horse that I told you about, and I'm going to invite people and do one-on-one sessions with leaders and people who are like, okay, I need a greater connection with my body, and I need a greater connection with my own life and my own future. And would having your back be something that would create a greater future for you? What do you guys know? So again, I'm here just sort of poking the bears and kind of inviting you to the weirdest shit ever, and what else is possible for your life, and what else is possible for your future. And animals, some of the most amazing beings we have on this planet. And let me tell you, dude and dudettes, they are usually more conscious than us. They are so willing to be present, so willing to give, so willing to be aware. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but like in the tsunami, when the tsunami was coming in Phuket like years ago, I mean, I hope you guys all heard of this like devastating tsunami that happened in Thailand. When it was coming, the elephants knew about it way before it occurred. They pulled up their stakes and they ran to the mountains. All the animals left the city. Hello? And the humans were going, oh, wow, look, the fish are coming. Look, wow, look, the water's reset. Look, there's fish. Let's go get something to eat. I mean, really? Seriously? Come on, guys. There is so much available for us in the animal kingdom that we can embrace and receive and transform our lives with. So it's another option. Just wanted to share that with you. I hope you enjoyed this story time with Curry. And please, 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 if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Feel free to write me. I'm easy to find on Facebook and on my website. So there's a story of me and Felice, the transformational horse, the beautiful, beautiful, amazing horse. So anyway, if you'd like to have a few hours on Felice, let me know. I'm happy to take you through the trust exercise anytime. Just contact me. And what else is possible for your life? And what else is possible for you with the animals you currently have and the animals you may choose to have in the future? Would you like to be a horse owner? I'm just saying. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Love you.